Good morning. I think we're live. I hope so. Yes, we're live. Good morning. Hello, hello. Welcome back to week 3, big major session number 3 of Copy Confidence Skills Lab summer sessions. If this is your first session, hello, welcome. I'm Lizzie. I will be your host, I guess, for the morning. I am running this so that all of you guys can really hit the ground running this year in 2024. I hope you've been having a fabulous time so far. Seems like it's been striking a few chords with you guys. Oh, I pressed a thing. Hopefully it is doing what you need it to do for you. So please let me know if you're here in the comments. I am hey Kim, good morning. I am so happy to have you here. And I have so much to share today, so I cannot wait to get going. All right, shall we get going? What do you think? Let's do it. All right. Hey, Sally, good morning. Oh, I'm so pleased to have some friendly faces in the room today. Kim's here. Can't wait. So Kim is absolutely a woman of influence on the rise. Oh, what's happening? Okay. Woman of influence. Are we ready for this? Let's do it. Hey, Karen, good morning. Hey, awesome. So woman of influence. Let's talk about it. Today's agenda. We're going to still keep on with the housekeeping. Morning, Jane. Morning, everyone. It's so good to have you all here. We're going to be talking about flipping the script on what's important. Definitely, I've touched on this already. I'm going to keep talking about it because it needs to be said and hammered home. We're going to be talking about leveraging your hero's journey that I was talking about on Tuesday, and how to leverage that into building your visibility, because that's what we're all here to do. Even if it feels a bit ick at first, like stepping up and out and in front of your brand and building that visibility means that the people who need us most can see us and know that we're there and then can work with us, right? If they don't know we're there, they can't work with us, and that's a big problem. Okay, then I'll leave space for questions. Of course, I'll leave another invitation for you guys to work with me. And of course, the final piece of the puzzle is the homework that will go out almost straight after this presentation. So are we ready? I hope we're ready. Yeah, this is going to be good. I'm not sure if I think Lee will be joining us, my fabulous right-hand gal for the week. But if not, we will carry on as we need to. All right, let's do it. Okay, housekeeping, keep inviting your friends. Of course, you guys have been doing such a good job. We now have 80 members here who are engaging with the process, who are learning, who are sharing. We're all having lots of fun as we go. The homework posts have been doing really well. I'm so proud of you guys who have shared little pieces of yourself and done the work as you go. We can share the sign up link. Where are we? There's Lee. Good morning, Lee. We can share, if we are sharing, let's share the sign up link. I'm just going to do that, pop that in the comments. Just in case. And what else do we need to know? Oh, yes, I have been sending out lots of messages to some of our newer people saying, here are all the prizes that you get. So make sure if you haven't received that message that you check your message requests as well. So there's been lots of amazing prizes. This week was a socials copy audit with me. If you would like that, go ahead and book it. I will repost the link so you can come and book that with me as well. Hey, Helen, good morning. All right, so let's move on. This week's poll, pretty simple, okay? So I'd like to understand. Hi, Jackie, good morning. I'd love to understand in the comments which of these people you are. 1, the thought of being more visible fills me with utter dread. 2, I'm ready to do what it takes to build my business, but I wouldn't say I'm thrilled to promote myself yet. Or 3, I'm totally comfortable stepping into any situation and speaking at length about my skills and business. Which ones are you? 1, 2, or 3? And there's no right or wrong answer. There's just what's right for you, as we've talked about. Lots and lots and lots. Helen's a 3. Course, Jackie, 2. Yet. Love it. Yet. Yet is such a powerful word as well. It's maybe not yet. I'm learning to like the idea of it. Fabulous. Excellent. Jane's a 1. Lee's a 2, sometimes a 3. Sally's a 3. Yes, Sally, well, given your work as a public speaking figure, I would hope you were a 3. Wonderful. All right. Thanks, you guys. Great feedback. All right. So I kind of wanted to start here. So the people in my membership will already be well versed in this hierarchy that I've been sharing more so recently. The hierarchy of first impression. So when we're talking about how memorable your first impression is, this is kind of the top to bottom ladder of it, right? And the memorability is the key. The bigger connection you can make in your first impression, the longer the memory will last. So if we look at that in person, it's probably the most amount of contact that you will have. So keynote addresses or delivering keynote addresses, running a workshop, maybe a networking event. That's a memorable way of making a first impression on somebody. That's your most powerful way. Then probably coming down from there is live online. So maybe you're delivering a webinar or a live stream, or again, it might be an online networking event, or maybe you're a guest on a podcast or something like that. Then comes, oh no, of course, a podcast would be recorded. Silly me. All right. Anyway, live recorded, online recorded. So maybe again, it's a recorded replay of a webinar. Hashtag replay if you're watching this on replay. Maybe it's a tutorial, maybe some reels or shorts or something like that. So recorded online, that should say. And then probably the lowest rank is the static posts. So any sort of social media post that's just an image and some words, right? Because we can flick through that. We can flick past that really, really easily. But it's far more difficult when somebody's standing in front of you to simply turn around and look the other way. Thank goodness for that. Okay, so the more we can build trust, and this end of things is how we build the most trust, right? And this is probably, it takes a lot longer to build trust down this end of things, doesn't it? So the more we can build trust, the easier it is for someone to buy from us. Yeah. In the comments, let me know which of these would help you build the most trust with your audience, do you think? Because while this is my personal hierarchy, I think we've kind of talked about this a little, like there are factors at play, like if you are not comfortable in a live capacity, maybe you would build more trust in a way that you are most confident. So if you're more confident in delivering recorded sessions, maybe you build more trust that way. So I'd be curious if this hierarchy makes sense to you, or if you would flip it around and change the order somewhat. Just let me know in the comments if that something that applies to you, I guess, or what you would do. Live online, there's Helen. That's your jam. Cool. So I wanted to kind of share. Live recorded, says Kim. Great. Yeah, perfect. So everyone will have their own comfort zone within this hierarchy. And while this is mine, maybe yours looks different, and that is totally fine. But what I'm trying to do here kind of relates to this story that I'm going to tell you. Some of you will know this already. In fact, quite a few of you on this call will know this already. I'm going to tell it anyway, because what I'm trying to do is challenge the notion that you must prioritize social media as your way of, I don't know, marketing yourself and your business, right? There's so much more to it. So the long and unimpressive story is this. In the middle of last year, I, through no fault of my own, received a ban from Instagram that lasted, the first one lasted more than a month. And that was terrible. And I had people coming to me all the time saying, oh my God, you must be dying. This is the worst thing that could have happened to your business. And I fought tooth and nail to get it back. And I spammed Instagram, and I I went day in, day out, multiple times a day, scrambling to get my account back. And this went on for an entire month before I contacted the small business ombudsman, and they managed to restore it. Jane says, I'm confused about social media use. Sure, absolutely. It's a confusing place to be. Yes. Sorry, I lost my thread. I was looking in the comments. So I got my account back, and then it disappeared again after about a week, right? And you would think that having had 6, maybe 8 weeks of completely being offline, that would have had an enormous impact on whether or not I had people coming into my business or not. My mindset going into this thing was, this is going to ruin me. And what happened? Nothing. Nothing changed. I didn't lose clients. I had new clients coming in. I had referrals coming in. And it really gave me 2 things. One was the opportunity to understand that social media isn't the be all and end all of everything, right? It's useful, but it's not everything. And the second thing it gave me was the opportunity to really think laterally and look at the other ways that people come to me. And in fact, the reality is that my leads don't come from my social posts, right? My leads come from talking to people. My leads come from delivering sessions like this. Sorry, but it's true. Like, my leads come from referral, right? And if you really step back and look at what's happening with your lead generation strategy, what you might find is that your social media probably isn't the thing. Right. And so we spend all this energy. I've got to get my grid perfect, and I've got to say the right thing, and I've got to do 10 reels, and I've got to do more. When really, unless you're a product-based business, chances are that's not where your leads are coming from anyway. Right. And that doesn't mean that I'm saying don't use social media at all. What I'm saying is change the priority. Right. If we go back here, change the priority. Because this stuff doesn't always lead where you think it does. Okay, so that's my long and unimpressive story for today. I hope that helps. It's so refreshing to hear. Oh, that's great, Helen. So pleased to hear it. So, again, I'm not saying do anything one way or another. What I'm saying is really challenge yourself on what you're prioritizing and where you're sending your energy. If you'd rather be doing email marketing, let's say, for instance, like that was one of the getting to know you calls this week I had, was with a fabulous woman who really likes doing email marketing, really hates social media. Okay, cool. Why don't you use all of your social media efforts to drive people to your email list? That way you stay doing what you love, and you don't hate doing the socials because you know it's building up the thing that you actually want to do. Okay, so that's all I'm kind of saying about that. Jane says, some professionals say you need to post daily to build credibility. Yeah, that's a totally fair question, Jane. Yeah, some professionals say you need to post daily to build credibility. Others say there's no need to. I'm firmly in, as you can tell, I'm firmly in the no need to account. I think as a product-based business, you might have a different conversation here, but for all of us here, we're service-based businesses. So what's important is that we build trust and rapport, however it feels good to us. And then we use our social media presence to back up the impressions that we've made of ourselves in other areas. And if you want to do social media as your main lead generation strategy, go for it. It just might take some more time to get there. I think that's what I would say about that. All right. So leveraging your hero's journey to become a woman of influence. Right. Let's talk about it, shall we? So you have so many different ways, so many different opportunities to share your story. Out of interest, drop in the comments if you managed at all to sort of start to piece together your own hero's journey based on what we talked about on Tuesday. Let me know in the comments. So you might be someone who shares their story in person, or online at events, right? This could, like, let's say International Women's Day is coming up. Maybe you secure yourself a keynote spot talking for International Women's. Started, didn't get far. That's okay, Helen. Beautiful. Thanks, Jane. I'm so glad that's landing for you. So if you've got an opportunity for a keynote address, I know some of the fabulous humans in this group are gunning for TED Talks this year, right? Love it. So you're going to need to have your signature story sorted out. Yeah. You've lost sound. Is it just you? I don't know. I hope it's just you, Sal. Can everybody else hear me? You got me, Lee? Okay. It must just be Sally. Thanks you so much, guys. Thank you. All right. So maybe somewhere else we share our signature story, our hero's journey is through the podcast that we guests on. Him, yes, all good. Thank you so much, everyone. Maybe it's in TV interviews, like we're really starting to think beyond our little enclave, I suppose, and spreading those little wings out and seeing where it leads us. Maybe we're looking for some radio opportunities, print media. Maybe we got an acceptance speech and an award coming up. I know you guys are down for this year. You're going to be ready for the award season. I can feel it. But the important thing to note about this, and this is what gets uncomfortable, right? Maybe if this is too uncomfortable, you get someone else to do it for you. You hire PR agency. People aren't necessarily going to approach you for this, right? This is about getting proactive about you, your story, your business, because you cannot sell a secret. And if you keep yourself a secret, then that's going to be a real struggle to get your story out there. So you could do all of this beautiful work, but if nobody knows that you're doing it and nobody knows that you're here, that's just a wasted opportunity for us to hear your beautiful story. Okay. And for people to learn from it and to connect with it. So and that's what the rest of this is going to be about, is how. Okay. So how to get proactive, how to stand up and grab the opportunity. So that's what we're going to be talking about. So this here will be your very, very best asset. This is called your speakers page. I teach this. This is mine. It's got some work to be done to it because I haven't played with it for a little while. But your speakers page will be your best asset. So this is essentially like a sales page for you as a speaker. You need to fill this page with all the information any event organizer might need in order to be convinced you're going to make their event, their podcast, their webinar better for you being involved in it. Yeah. So it's, as I say, it's essentially a sales page. Come book me. I'm really good at these 5 things. These are the topics that I cover. Here's my short bio. Here's a photo of me in action. Here's a show reel of me talking to people over and over again. So it's very much an opportunity, just like any other sales page, for you to say, I'm really the best for the job. You should totally hire me. So here's what to include. So we include your speaker's bio. It's kind of a shorter version of what we worked on in the bonus training the other week. If you haven't seen that, go to the guides section. It'll be in there. Okay. You need your availability in there, easy contact details, links to whatever you need, evidence that makes you, that confirms that you're what you say you are. I guess. So things like your website, maybe a YouTube channel or something like that, headshots or other images like that. And if you have it, pricing. So let me check in. Does anybody already have a speakers page? Drop in the comments if you do or do not have a speakers page yet. Not so far. Jane, you could. Jane's asked the question, can you merge it with the contents on your About Me page on your website? Yeah, you can use the About stuff on your website, not the Gold Star Lizzie version, says Lee. We'll work on that. Can you merge it with your About? So the same information will apply. But having a dedicated page that is specifically for promoting yourself as someone to hire for speaking engagements, whether it's podcasts or webinars or whatever, that I think having a separate specific page is important. And I have a template for that that's coming soon. So just watch this space. In fact, Jane, you have a template coming soon because you signed up so nice and early, and you have my full suite of templates coming your way. So I will help you with that. Don't you worry. So thank you for letting me know, everybody. All right, where are we up to next? What next page? All right. So another must-have if you are approaching a media is a press release template. So something that I have for myself and I've done for clients in the past is there's a certain structure that happens for a press release, and it goes like this. Must have a compelling headline, strong opening paragraph that tells the reader, ideally the journalist, exactly why this is important to listen to. Right? What's the point? If the first two things misfire, then they probably won't read the rest. Yeah. So journalists are super time poor and they don't have a lot of time to read and absorb the information. So you need to make it as easy as possible for them to say yes to your story. So that starts with like these top two elements. Then include facts and statistics, perhaps a quote from yourself. Sometimes what you'll see in a really good press, or either a really good press release or a really lazy journalist, is sometimes the press release will be lifted and stuck straight into a publication, which I have seen happen, having worked in news media many moons ago. So don't be surprised if you see that happen to your press release if it has been written well. Okay, include a call to action. So the call to action is directed to the person you've sent it to rather than the reader of the product. Yeah. So your call to action is, if you are interested in this story, contact me here, and include your contact information there. Also, doing this, it's really important to develop a contact list for this. Okay. So if you send something to a journalist once, especially if they respond to it, make sure you keep a note of that contact and build that rapport with that contact. Another opportunity is something that I've just restarted recently because I want to become the widely known go-to expert in my field. Yeah. So to do that, there's a tool called, well, a website, I suppose, called Sourcebottle, SOURCE Bottle, which is an opportunity. They send out 2 emails a day, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, for journalists who are looking for experts in X, Y, and Z thing that they're working on. So that's an opportunity for you to put your hand up and say, hey, I know about accounting for small business, for instance, Jane. Let me tell you what I think about the topic that you're investigating at the moment. Does anybody already use Sourcebottle, or is it just me? Not sure. All good. All right. Other ways to leverage your Kim uses Sourcebottle. Great. Oh, thank you so much, Lee. There it is. Leveraging your hero's journey to become a woman of influence, part 3. Helen's heard of it but not used it. Now's your chance, my friend. There's such a variety. You learned about it yesterday. Good timing, Jane. So there's a huge variety of topics that they're looking for experts on. So everybody here will have an opportunity to be an expert in their field for something, right? It's just about going through the emails and responding to anything that makes sense to you. Okay. And even the way you respond has a strategy to it. So ask me about it. These guys that are in my space, ask me about it next class if you like. We can talk more about it there, or in your one-to-ones. Let's see. Other options: contact your local government bodies, seek out event organizers, promote your desire to speak through your own channels. Sometimes all that it takes is saying, actually, did you know I do this? Do you have an event coming up? Why don't we talk about that? I'm sure I would be a great fit. You know, like self-promotion is kind of necessary too. And also sponsoring events is another thing you can do. So just that starts to get your brand recognition kind of elevated. Okay. And of course, me being me, I need to tell you, don't be afraid to think outside of the box, right? If you've got an amazing idea, but it hasn't been done before, that doesn't mean don't do it, right? Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean it's a specifically bad idea. If it feels achievable to you and you've got this cool way that you want to do something, that you want to build your visibility, that you want to leverage your story, give it a go. What's the worst that could happen? I could not support more the pursuit of building up that visibility for you guys, because that's how your people will find you, right? They can't find you if they can't see you. And you don't have to do it alone, right? So something that I spend a lot of time in my community with is talking about strategic partnerships. So building up your visibility by connecting with complementary business owners. That doesn't mean they have to be direct competitors, because then there's some conflict there. It could be direct competitors if you're a friendly sort, but you know, finding ways to work together with other brands. Maybe you do a live stream, maybe you do a joint promotion. I know Kim specifically, I've sort of suggested stuff to you in the past and put you together with you know, somebody who seems completely unrelated, but there's opportunities for you both to use your audience to build their audience and for them to build your audience, and back and forth it goes. And this collaborative space is really, really valuable. And besides anything else, it can be quite lonely when you're doing it all yourself. And you never quite know, oh, is this working? Is it not? And it's great actually to have some company while you do it. I make a real point in my space of connecting people together so everybody wins, right? Maybe you're writing a guest blog on someone else's website. Maybe you host a joint event. So me and some of my marketing pals, we've got a couple of events coming up this year that we are going to collaborate on, because it's more fun that way, and it shares the burden and it shares the pressure, and you can kind of have a laugh and a giggle as you go. You know, maybe you do features in your email marketing. Maybe there's crossover podcast episodes. Maybe it's creating something entirely new. Great. Awesome. So of course, this list is not comprehensive, just some suggestions that might get the cogs turning. Whatever it is, do something that gets you excited and meets you both where you're at right now. But of course, the caveat, don't partner with just anybody, right? Be careful who you partner with. This is your business. This is your brand. This is your baby, the thing that you have spent a lot of time building up. So you don't give it away to just anybody. Make sure you take the time to build trust with the person you're collaborating with. Maybe it's a one-off, and if it doesn't do well, that's okay. Maybe you give it a rest, or maybe you don't do it again. But be very careful and make sure you do your due diligence in who you partner with. All right? So that's that's what I have to say about that. Cool. So I wanted to give you a bit more intel. That's kind of the leveraging your hero's journey, woman of influence chat. I wanted to give you a bit more info on the copy check-in, because there's more to share. And everyone who's signed up already, this is for you as well. But mostly we want to bring some even more new fabulous humans in to join us. All right. So I wanted to kind of give you a bit more info on the expert masterclasses that are coming up. So we have booked in for February, March, and April. You met Kylie yesterday. The amazing Mel Mitchell is going to be our first expert for the masterclasses, and that's going to be happening on the 16th of Friday, the 16th of February. So she's going to be talking to you. She's an absolute superstar with millions and millions of social media followers. How to monetize, gosh, it's been a long day, my friends. How to monetize and maximize your social media presence. Kylie will be sharing her best bits on unleashing your highest potential. And Nikki who was who is still the amazing founder of Wisdom, who you met last week, who gave us the incredible deal to get what, 2.5 months of trial in her incredible learning platform. She's going to be coming in to talk about the 8 steps to launching your membership or your offer. Because do you know what? That's her background. So she built Wisdom because she couldn't find a platform that suited her coaching business. So here we are. So these things are all, I don't know why Nikki's photo is showing on my screen, but not on my other screen. That's a shame. Oh, well. Let's see, more to come. Is going to be some really fabulous humans still coming. So we've got Nicole from the Artisans. I'm pretty sure I can convince Lee to come have a chat with us. Jackie Maloney, so she's a public speaking coach. So she's really quite relevant to this chat around building visibility. She's just a spectacular human too. And of course, the incredible Nat Coco, who she will be coming to talk to us all about how to build your visibility through the medium of LinkedIn, which a lot of us need too. So those are the sorts of experts that will be coming up in the year ahead. And then we can talk about all the stuff. So far, since we've had new people join the copy check-in, we have talked about lots. We've talked about sales funnels. We've talked about email sequences. We've talked about pricing packages. We've talked about websites. But really, the copy check-in is for whatever part of your business you need help with and you need to keep that momentum going. So email, social posts, ads, web copy, blogs, sales page, landing page, lead magnets, whatever it is, we do it, and we do it with strategic advice in mind, not just here's some words, hope they work, good luck to you. So it's not like that. So we do weekly live classes where I go in and review your work and we talk about it as a community. We provide, because you know what, my voice isn't the only voice in the room. Like, this is my space, I lead it, I provide my feedback, but there's also a million other very clever people in there. So why not have a robust discussion about what it is that we're trying to achieve? We do strategic discussions in there, rather than purely, as I say, it's not just about the words, it's about how we deploy them. Then, of course, you have monthly one-to-one strategic planning sessions, access to the incredible community that is building and building with every day that passes, fortnightly accountability group working sessions. In fact, I think there's one today. Yeah, it's the 3rd Thursday of the month, so there's actually one today. Gosh, I think there is. To check my calendar. So accountability sessions, so that we can set aside the time to work on the business rather than in the business. So we're not doing client work in these moments. We are doing things to move our business forward, or however you spend it is your own business, I guess. We will do a session for your foundational messaging. There is. Thank you, Helen. I thought there was. I'm getting my days mixed up. Expert masterclasses, like I've just described. There's a directory that's coming for all of our members, so we can start to have a more effortless opportunity to collaborate with each other, and my little black book of trusted tools and supplies. So that's all included. And yes, if you tried to buy any of it individually or all together, it would be more than 25 grand. And of course, there are bonuses worth more than 2 grand. Which will include my done with you email sequence copy collab package worth 1.5 grand. So that will include an hour of one-to-one time with me, which is still a heap of time to get a lot of work done. You will have access to the amplifier level. So that's the next level up for people who are ready to scale, who want to come to the masterclasses for free, and who are ready to have multiple classes a week too. So that's worth $330. And my entire suite of templates is still up to grabs. As I said, I have worked on these extensively. There's things like your homepage template, a sales page template, your bio, kind of about me page, both of those. speakers page, all these sorts of things will be included in my suite of templates that will be available mid-Feb. So that's a heap of value. So much value I ran out of breath talking about it. So for the year, that would be $19.99. So it's not really that much money when you space out over the year when you think about what comes back. And of course, if you need to split it up into monthly payments, that's an option too. And that would be $189 a month for 12 months. Easy peasy. If you would be interested in coming to work with us, I would love to have you. Of course, you can always ask questions here in the comments or in the group. You could probably ask some of our members, especially the new ones, how they're finding it and if it's any good for them so far. I know it is already. So once you join, of course, you'll be welcomed into the space. I'll then show you around a little bit. And even if you were signing up today, you could submit your first piece of work right away and have an answer within the next day or two. Okay, so that's a really cool thing. You can get that momentum you've been looking for right away. Okay, so bonus number 3 will expire just like the others. I keep taking things away. I'm a horrible human. I keep removing things. So that will be expiring tomorrow at 5 p.m. If you want to join, you can join right here by scanning the QR code, or I'm going to chuck the link in the comments there. You can join by following the link if that's easier. Let's get you turning your words into money right now. Okay. Or if you still need to talk about it, that is no problem either. I get it. Sometimes we just need to think it through a bit more. That's no worries either. Oh, Jane says, I've gained so much value already. I can't wait to keep tinkering with your things, Jane. This is going to be so much fun. If you need to talk about it, let's talk about it. Book a time for a chat. I've opened up extra spots for the next day and a half so that we can have a chat. And I have no problem with that either. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I already know this is great, but it's not for everybody. So if it's not for you, that's no problem either. Okay, no problem at all. But I know how many people it's helped already, and I know how many more people it can help. So I know it's going to be good. All right. Are there any questions before I wrap it up? I know I've talked a lot. Here we go. All right. Then I will move on to homework. Your homework this week is the following. Based on what we've covered today, what one action will you take to build your visibility in a way that feels good to you? And then actually, don't just tell me what it is. Put it in your diary. I don't care if it's a week from now, a month from now. Put it in your diary to actually action it. Make it happen. Yeah. It's all very well and good to say, I really liked this approach. That's cool, right? Go do something with it. Yes, that is your homework. There'll be a post coming up in about 20 minutes that gives you the space to respond if you would like. Otherwise, just do the homework in your own space and time, and that will be fine as well. Okay, next up. That's the final training of this week. We are past the halfway point now. So the next one will be all around AI magic, which is coming up on what day? Tuesday of next week. So I want to share all of the cool stuff that's been happening in AI land that's either going to help you create, be more productive, give a better customer experience. There's so many different things that these AI tools can do, and I'm going to share some of my favorite bits and pieces with you. So if you are unfamiliar with AI or a little bit afraid or just want to come hang with me a bit more, come along to that. That will be Tuesday at 10. So please feel free to join me. All right. That's kind of it for today. We did it. We made it. I hope that was helpful. Please always create whatever questions you need, fling them my way, pop them in the group. Any feedback on how this whole thing is going so far, if there's anything you feel is missing or anything that you feel you need covered, that hasn't been covered yet, just let me know, right? I'm so here to help you and make sure that you guys get what you need. The whole point isn't for me to yabber on. The whole point is for you guys to get what you need to move your businesses forward and have the very best possible year this year. And every year, but this year specifically. Cool. So thank you so much for coming. Please get in touch. If you need to talk to me, there's plenty of ways for you to book a time to come talk to me. There's still these social copy audits. If you want me to come and have a look at what's happening on any of your socials platforms, you can only choose one though. Has to be the one you like most or is giving you the most trouble. Other than that, have a great weekend. Look after yourselves and we'll see you super soon. All right. See you then. Bye.